Hello YouTubers, Christine here, Skinny Brit to be. Sorry it's been a bit of a time since I last made a video, etc. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I'm waiting for weight loss surgery, gastric bypass, which I expect to have middle to the end of January. I'm just sitting here literally waiting for a date. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the British National Health Service, there is always a wait, even when you've got your funding approval, etc. So what has happened in the last 3 weeks? Well, about the only thing really to do with my surgery is that on Tuesday I had an appointment with my dietician. It wasn't directly connected to my weight loss surgery, but she was the dietitian that I first saw, so in theory she was just doing a sort of check-up. I wasn't having to tick any boxes with her, etc. But she just called me in just to make sure that I was on the straight and narrow, etc. And while I was there, she put me on one of these special sets of scales that does your body fat mass and your muscle mass, etc. And my weight had gone down, which she was really pleased about. I think from the last time I'd been weighed in at the hospital, it was about £9. But my body fat, the fat in my body had decreased, which she was really pleased to see, and I hadn't lost any muscle mass, and that she was particularly pleased about, because I suppose they're always concerned about that, particularly with heart disease, etc. Where if you lose muscle mass, particularly of your heart being a muscle, can sort of be a bit of a problem. But anyway, I discussed various things with her. She wanted to check that I was up to scratch with the liver shrinking diet that I have to do, etc. She also gave me a recipe. I don't have to do the liquid diet. It's just a low calorie, low carb, low sugar, low fat diet, but 3 meals a day, and virtually as many sort of vegetables, green and white vegetables as I like. A little on the lean side, but not much different really from the diet that I carry out, that I have day by day. But she did give me the details of a liquid diet that you could actually make up yourself. But when I actually looked at it, it wasn't much different from going out and buying the protein powder that a vast majority of people who've had surgery or are sort of moving towards surgery pretty soon will all be familiar with. So, but it was interesting that the hospital were at least beginning to realise that some of these... oh gee, there's my phone, hang on. Okay folks, let's try again. My phone never rings until you're either making a video or sitting on the loo or something like that. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yes, yeah, I got as far as protein powders, etc. But anyway, I don't need to use her recipe, but it was interesting to see that the British National Health Service were beginning to realise that sometimes people can't afford some of these single packages, etc. Slim Fast type sachets, etc., which can, they can add up if you're on a low income, etc. My weight loss, yes, before surgery, I am now 58 pounds down from when I first started, so I'm still on the downward slope, thank goodness. Very slow, can't wait for surgery to help speed it up a little bit. Some weeks it just doesn't seem to move, but it does. It just never moves fast enough for us, does it? exercise, getting in lots of exercise. Plug here for weight loss surgery walking buddies. I'll put a little thing on the bottom there if I can try and remember. Just a group of mostly YouTubers that have got together, and we have a monthly challenge to see who can do the most steps every month. Just need a pedometer, and anybody is welcome to join. This month there's always an extra challenge. Last month it was the best improver. This month it's rhythmic stepping on the Wii Fit. There we are, all stepping up and down. For those of you who've not got a Wii Fit, it's done with a balance board, and the balance board is actually only about 2 inches off the ground, so it's not like stepping up a step at an aerobics class, etc. But anyway, the competition is to see who can get the best score on that. But you don't have to have a Wii to join Weight Loss Walking Buddies. Anybody is welcome, and this is just probably a one-off challenge because quite a few of us have got a Wii, and several are actually getting a Wii for Christmas. Lucky them. I was lucky. I was bought a Wii for my birthday in September by my son and his partner. So yes, I'm really enjoying using it, and it's amazing how many steps I can get in just doing that and work up a sweat. I'm not somebody who enjoys sweating, but I am beginning to actually enjoy exercise. I just cannot believe that I'm saying this. I've always avoided exercise like the plague, but I actually miss it now if I don't go for my daily walks. But it's been so cold here in the UK. We've had some really heavy frosts. Up in Scotland it's been up to -22, I think. I'm lucky I'm down in the southwest and it's not as cold down here, but it still feels pretty cold. And the frost is staying, on the trees most of the day. I was just leaning forward to look out the window to see if it was actually still on the grass, and it is. It's sort of solid out there. It actually looks like it's so thick it looks like a layer of snow. So I don't know how the plants are going to survive this winter. Anyway, that's all I have to report. I've been rambling on a bit. It's quite possible that I won't make another report before Christmas because unless I actually get a date, and then you'll see plenty of me, probably too much. But I believe that they will give me about a month's notice before surgery. So as the weeks go past towards the end of this year, I realise that my date is shifting later and later into January. But if the hospital want to hit their government targets, then they have to get me done by the 7th of February. So at least I have an end date. Otherwise, the hospital gets penalised financially if they don't meet their targets. So it is a fairly big incentive for them to get their finger out and do some work. But I imagine that some of the surgeries there'll be a limited number of surgeries over the period between Christmas and New Year's Day. Anyway, I'm waffling. So, okay then. If I don't speak to you before, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And a lot of weight loss in 2011. Bye for now. Bye.